There are some art techniques that are so satisfying they can actually feel kind of addictive, and one of those techniques is something that I played with Andrea when I went to visit. You might have already seen her video about this, but I have not been able to stop thinking about it since. And not only do I need to do this again, I think somebody else should do it too. And our plan for tonight is to just start by experimenting. The pieces of paper I have are Canson XL paper. I also think that this might be kind of fun on Yupo paper. It's not really my thing to use with other stuff, but I think it could work for this. So we're gonna start by just having a bit of a play, and if we like it, maybe we'll make something more ambitious. For this, you take these High Flow Acrylics, or even some of the fluid acrylics work pretty well for this too. Put a little bit of them on the paper, and then you're going to fill a brush. This is an acrylic, so I'm gonna switch over to an acrylic brush. I'm not gonna use my watercolor brushes on this. And then I'm gonna introduce water to the page and touch it to where I put that down while that's still wet, and just watch it all flow together. I could spend hours just watching them form. All right, I think you're convinced on the process of it all. Are there any things that you learned from your initial experience?
I think I tried to control it too much. Like, I should have just been a little looser with it.
I think there's potential to try to control it, but I do think that it needs to be wielded really strategically. All right, now we're gonna try on Yupo paper. I'm pretty unfamiliar with Yupo paper, so this was a bit of an adventure for me, and it did glide more smoothly over the surface because it's a lot smoother. Honestly, I do think I actually like it better on the watercolor paper. I also played around with using some barrier colors while I was doing this one to try to make sure that certain colors weren't going to mix as much with other ones, and I think there's something to that. Now that we've played with the Yupo paper, are you still having fun with it?
I am, yeah, but I agree with you. I like the watercolor paper better.
Okay, cool. So I've got some bigger pieces of watercolor paper, and if you're up for the challenge, I was thinking it would be fun to try to make something a little more put together, or figure out how we can use this technique in a slightly more strategic way. Are you up for the challenge?
I got some ideas.
Ooh. Now, what I tried to do was kind of loosely interpret a landscape, and I think it's close. There are some lessons I definitely learned through this. I absolutely love Nick's application of this because the way that the color explodes, it feels like that thought or feeling just flowing.
Yeah, I want it to be like a fire, like in your mind, you know, like transcendence, you're one with the universe.
What was the music you had us listen to?
90s Gregorian chanting. It's the way to go.
So if you need a listening recommendation, it was very therapeutic. I'm officially hooked.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. I thought it was really cool. Like, I think there's a lot of really neat things you can do with it.
I want to do some more of this, but we need to go eat dinner.